Again. Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. I am your host, Mike Briggs, and today's show is real estate and home improvement. We have realtors on this show. We have people who fix up houses. We have people who remodel houses, people who roof houses, and stuff like that. We have a very special guest today, an expert in all of that, and our expert is Moses Medina. Welcome, Moses, to Central Valley Talk.
How's it going? Thanks for having me, Mike.
Your business is where? Fresno, or is it all over the valley?
We're located in Fresno, but we've got about an hour range up and down the 99. Madera County, Tulare County, Kings. So yeah.
You'll go wherever
the business is needed. Yeah.
Now you're remodeling. It's called United, by the way. United. What is it? Renovations Construction. United Renovation Construction.
Yes, sir.
URC. And so you mostly do remodels?
Yeah, interior remodels, specifically bathrooms. Also do window replacements. Been doing it for about 8 years, and I got to say, my favorite part about doing this job, particularly with a bathroom remodel, is you really get to know people. It's kind of a journey, getting to know your clients, what their tastes and likes are, making your suggestions, and I get peace of mind knowing that I'm helping them design, their dream remodel, if that makes sense.
Their dream remodel. Now, by the way, speaking of remodels and upgrades, we have a lot of realtors on this show, and there's a definitive thing that goes into real estate. Is it updated or is it original? And people want the updated kitchen and bath. What does that mean, updated?
Well, basically, whenever you're remodeling your house, especially if you're getting ready to sell, I know the market is really hot right now. A lot of realtors are going to recommend doing updates to your kitchen and bath just because they have the highest resale value, ROI, as well as the biggest curb appeal. So, I mean, generally you're left with one of two options, right? If you don't do the updates and you put your house on the market, you're not going to be able to sell it for as much, or you feel you can try to sell it for as much as you want. But there's only a certain amount people are willing to pay, because they're taking into mind that they're going to have to remodel it on their own later on. Now, if they walk into a home, everything's already been redone, that adds value. I know it certainly would for me.
Buyer looking at two different houses. One isn't updated, one is. The one that is just going to market so much better. What would a kitchen update? What would you do to that?
Kitchen remodel, I actually don't do too much kitchen remodeling. Right now, I'm focused mainly on bathroom. And window replacements.
And the bathroom, new countertops, stuff like that?
So there's two different ways to get your vanities done. Now, the traditional ways is people will go out and look for a prefab countertop slab, which we can do. Have the old slab removed. Have the new slab put on, modify the hardware for the new faucets, get your hardware replaced on the face of it, repainted, maybe some veneer. That's the first way to do it, but I've found that you can actually save a lot of money and also make a whole lot less mess if we just install a prefabricated vanity. That's where you get your manufacturer.
And those are nice. Really nice.
Yeah. Well,
and it's going to save some money.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot of people are worried about the quality of prefab vanities, but nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, you can see all the specs right there: height, width, depth, the weight of it, as well as the material it's made out of. It's going to tell you if it's quartz, marble. You can see all the different color options, so you can actually see what the finished product is going to look like before it's actually installed. And it takes all the guesswork out of it than trying to imagine, okay, well, it might look like this, but I guess I won't know until it's done.
So it's done.
Yeah, I prefer the peace of mind, personally.
Yeah, get that prefab. Now, we're going to look at some examples of your work. Before we do, though, I need to ask you about windows. When you came into my place here, it's a house. It's 100 years old. It's hot in here all the time. There's nothing I can do. What are the windows? What's the importance of new windows?
Well, new windows do a lot for your home. You know, the first thing that comes to mind is people, you know, they think if they go from single pane to double pane that you're just going to save a ton of money on energy. Well, if it's the same type of glass as a single pane, you know, it's not going to make much of a difference. So part of what my job is just to kind of educate people on exactly the things that they want to look for to maximize that difference. For example, the type of windows we're installing are manufactured by Anlin over here.
Sure. They're a good company, right?
Yeah, locally owned, family business over here in Clovis. And their primary product, the type of glass, is the Infinity E Plus glazing system. It's going to have 3 layers of LO3. So what that does is it blocks out 95% of UV heat.
Wow.
So a lot of times, you know, people are talking about energy savings. Should I get solar panels or not? Well, if you think about replacing the windows, you can stop the heat from coming into your home in the first place. That'll set that air conditioning off. So not only is it helping you save money, it's also keeping you cooler without using the AC.
I'm glad I talked to you about this today, actually, because I have hucksters, I don't want to call them that. They come to my door every day. Hey, we're going to put in new windows, dual pane, blah. They're fast talk. I don't know what they're talking about. But I can tell what you just said about the 3, the glass, the quality of the glass, the 3, this and that. I don't want to be an expert on, but I can tell you are.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about it is a lot of the stuff that I talk about, there is hard data out there on the internet. Realtor.com says 78% ROI for energy efficient windows, or particularly these types of windows, the vinyl replacement windows. So, I mean, in the right situation, if you're saving enough money on your energy, and then you get that high ROI, I mean, it's more or less the windows practically pay for themselves.
Wow.
Not to mention the other benefits. I mean, we only touched on the energy efficiency. How about the noise level? I used to have double pane aluminum windows on my house. I heard everything. Cars driving by, fireworks popping off. Ever since I put these new Infinity glass windows on my house, I don't hardly hear anything outside. You know, and the other good thing is the glass is double strength glass. A lot harder to break than your traditional old glass.
Again, a lot of the realtors, you know, hey, is the house upgraded with new windows? That's a question that's asked over and over and over. And so if you do put those in, new windows, it's just an investment. When you sell your house, you're going to get back that money. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
It's not like they wear out or something, right?
No, not exactly. And then that's the other wonderful thing about Anlin is just like with anything else, there are those knockoff products out there in the market that they look the same, but it's not quite the same, like your RC Cola type situations. But the nice thing about Anlin is if you do your research, this is a company that's really invested and really thought about everything when it comes to the way that these windows are engineered. Double lifetime warranty, transferable to next owner. So really, these windows
lifetime warranty, and the new owner gets to have the warranty?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And I'm the type of person that if I'm going to buy something, invest in something, I want to make sure that it's going to outlast me. I don't want to have to think to myself, well, hopefully it'll last me X amount of years, and then I may still be here to redo them in the future, or maybe not. I'd rather just one and done.
This is a one-time thing.
That's it.
Now, I want to come back to windows to talk more. I think we'll have some pictures of windows. But let's talk about some of this interior work you're doing. What are we going to see here?
Okay, so what you're looking at in that photo is when I walk into somebody's house, it's called the inspection phase. Now, this is for your shower remodels. Now, the thing of it is, with tile showers, oftentimes I'm going to see this mold or mildew along the grout in the tub. And so when I see that, that's basically letting me know that grout's been absorbing water for quite some time. If you want to skip to the next one, here what you see is a valve and a faucet. Okay, so think about this. So you figure a lot of these homes, especially the older ones in Fresno, you have these rubber gaskets and things around the valves, basically keeping everything from leaking, right?
Yes.
Now you figure if it's old enough to be leaking on the outside, dripping, what's going on behind the wall where you can't see it, right? And oftentimes there is going to be a little bit of water damage. depending on how long it's been going on, it could range from a little to a lot.
Oh my gosh, there's another.
Yeah.
By the way, rubber in Fresno doesn't last more than a couple of years anyway, right? So
You said rubber?
yeah, you said there's rubber gaskets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I said, you figure these things have got to be 20, 30 years old. You've got
Right.
hard water.
Just like that's behind the faucet there. There's rubber gaskets. Yeah.
Yeah, and the bad thing is you've got wood studs behind the walls.
Is that what this is?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and then you can just kind of see where the mold's done all this damage.
It's back there. You don't even know it's there until you pull the wall off.
Oh, it's crazy. I've seen tile showers that the grout's clean, right? It looks fine. You tear it up, and boy, that mold smell just starts coming out.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I get scared. I go outside for a breather. Now that right there, what that is that's a tub base. It's a fiberglass tub base. Now you see a lot of these in the new construction homes. A lot of these new home builders will build a nice fancy house, and then they'll put in like these fiberglass inserts. They're really not meant to last.
They look nice for the first day.
Right. You give it about 5 years, and it starts to turn yellow. If it's in there long enough, it'll get brittle and it'll literally crack, just like how you're
Start with
seeing
those
there.
cracks, yeah.
Yeah. So those were always meant to be kind of a temporary solution. If you go to the next one, you can kind of see what happens in the bottom once all that water gets.
Oh, that's
down
underneath that tub. Crack. If there's a crack, it's going to leak. Yeah.
So you've got what you have there is joists.
You're
underneath.
taking the tub out, and that's what's underneath.
Yeah. What you've got there is joists underneath a raised foundation.
Now all those 2x4s, all those joists have to be replaced now.
Yep, that's right. That's if you're doing it correctly, which we always do. I've seen situations to where sometimes you'll get some company, some guy will just come in, refurbish the old fiberglass tub, or maybe just put a skin over it. But if you've got that going on
Yeah.
underneath it, it's not a real, it's a Band-Aid is what it is.
Right.
Okay. Now, that's just a little ballpark from Fixer.com. Now, I bring this up because one of the biggest things that pops into people's mind is, well, what's a shower remodel is going to cost me? Well, I'm here to tell you that about 60 to 75% of your remodel cost is going to be in what I call the wet area, the shower, just because you have the most plumbing going on and everything like that. Now, according to Fixer, if you're doing all this gutting work, not just replacing the tile, but seriously going down in there, replacing the PEX valves, the PEX plumbing and the valves and everything like that, modernizing, ballpark-wise, you're between $7,000 to $12,000 on doing a full gut of just your shower, depending on the material and how thorough you really are. But if you're going to invest that kind of money into your remodels, you want to make sure they're going to do it correctly. If you want to go to the next one.
Yeah, this is what we've been talking about right here. It's going to help your resale value.
Yeah, that's one of the hottest things. Now, this is an excerpt from what is this? The New York Times. They put out this article. I can't see the date on there, but they put out this article that the average resale value, the average cost of a remodel in the state of California is around $34,000 as of 2022. Now, this may come as a shock to people that maybe the last time they had the remodel done was 5, 10, 15 years ago. But the nice thing is also California being one of the most expensive, it also yields one of the highest ROIs in the country. You've got there 74%.
You get your money back.
Right, 74 cents on the dollar. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I always had this question for you: porcelain or ceramic?
Right. So one of the things I touch on before I talk about people's remodels is basically explaining to them the difference. You don't want to use, actually, if you want to go ahead and skip to the next one, it's going to kind of explain this one away.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if you Google, does tile absorb water, right? You're talking about the kind of material you're going to put in a place that's constantly getting wet. So tile is rated on its absorption rate, right? Now, the reason you don't want to use ceramic is although it's stronger than porcelain tile, it's got a very high absorption.
It's going to absorb the water.
Right, not the kind of thing you want in a place you're going to be taking a shower. Now, porcelain is better in a tile shower, right? But it's not as strong as ceramic. It's going to be much more brittle.
Yeah, it could break.
All right. Here's a close-up of ceramic tile, and that just gives you a good visual on the pores. Again, porcelain tile is
That's
not
porcelain. Okay.
Yeah, that's porcelain right there. So porcelain isn't going to be nearly as absorbent, but it's far more brittle than ceramic. And if you look, heavy impacts. I've slammed the ball of my heel right in the center of a tile and broke it. And so even porcelain tile is going to be something that you're going to have to maintain over the years. And the other thing is the grout. The grout is a cement-based mixture. So even if you choose porcelain tile, you're dealing with, you're having to maintain the grout because that is going to be constantly absorbing water. There's companies out there that'll reseal the grout for you, so you don't have to do it. But this is something that you have to pay for. This is a small ad from a company called Sir Grout. And as you can see, they do a pretty good job of resealing the tile.
Yeah.
But every time that you're doing it, you're looking at paying about $700. So it's just an ongoing thing. And then you can see there on Google, if you want to go to the next, if you see there on Google, tile, especially in high traffic areas, it should be resealed at least every 6 months to 2 years.
Yeah.
And
if you don't, it's just absorbed a whole bunch of water. You regrout it, you're just grouting over the problem. Huh?
Right. And so this just goes back to what I was saying is I'm the type of person, if I'm going to invest in something into my house, especially those kinds of dollars that we're talking about, I'm going to invest in something that I'm going to have to do the least amount of work.
Yep.
So what we need is, if you want to go back to the previous one really quick, what we need is non-porous material.
Okay.
Something that isn't going to allow the passage of water or air or anything through. Why would you want something that absorbs water in a place that's constantly getting wet?
Constantly wet, yes.
So take a look at this shower. Wow. So that, believe it or not, is 100% non-porous material.
Non-porous, wow. Is there grout?
You'd think it looks just like grout. The lines are laser straight. It feels like grout, but guess what? It's not. It is a, if you want to go on to it there, it's made out of ABS acrylic. Now, if you Google really quick, what is ABS? ABS is going to be a material that's highly impact resistant. You can run a hammer into it, it'll bounce right off.
Oh my gosh.
Acrylic is a material that's highly resistant to mold and mildew growth, chemicals, and things of that nature. So what happens is when you combine these materials and pour them into a mold, you get a material, a wall, that is 100% non-porous, resistant to mold and mildew growth, and it comes with a lifetime warranty, never to crack, chip, peel, or fade.
And it's beautiful, by the way.
Yeah. So the way that we get these things is in big sections. The manufacturer will ship us 5 foot wide by 8 foot tall, what I call them is slabs. They're about ½ inch thick once we got the backer board on there. And they look just like a marble or granite slab has been just slapped up on your wall. And here's a close-up example, and you can just see the thickness of it, and that is never going to require maintenance,
That's it. You're
cleaning,
done.
or anything.
You're done you're not going to replace that every 15 years or when you sell your house. Is that it? Wow, look at that. That is really something.
Yeah, it looks just like a marble shower. Now, the other cool thing about these walls is that they're completely customizable. Regardless of the size or the shape of your shower, we just order the right number of walls, we cut them down to size, and we can squeeze them in just about any place you got.
Yeah.
So because of their customization and their maintenance-free benefit, this material is really beneficial for the elderly. We have low threshold shower pans that come with a ramp. Really easy for somebody that's disabled to get in and out of it. We also have built-in bench seats, grab bars, adjustable shower heads, everything that an older person would need to, just be safer while taking a bath.
Yeah. And what is this BCI?
That is a manufacturer of said material.
Oh, those acrylic shower, what do you call it? Shower walls, shower panels.
Yeah, BCI Acrylics is located in Illinois, so made here in the
Right.
USA.
Located right there by the Great Lakes.
Yep, it's not being imported from somewhere overseas. It's made right here in the U.S.
These are workers there?
Yes, sir. Certified as a great place to work. And as you can see, it's all made here locally in the U.S. Highly reputable manufacturer, one of the largest ABS acrylic manufacturers in North America.
I would never even heard of this. It makes so much sense. I can't believe it.
You ever heard of Good Housekeeping?
Yep.
So check this out. So Good Housekeeping has been around for over 100 years, and they're still making magazines today. You can see them at Dr. Phil and what have
cover,
you.
yep.
Well, check this out. Good Housekeeping has this science institute where they kind of test products.
Right, the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. I remember that.
Yeah, and if it passes,
Is that it right there?
that's right. Our material carries a Good Housekeeping seal of approval. So that means that this third party, which has got nothing to do with us, has gone out of their way to warranty our material for us, that it's going to perform exactly as we're saying it's going to perform. Oh, here's a picture of me. So this is where we start, right? People give us a call. They give
This
us
is a sort of the product there.
Yeah, this is me taking my measurements and things like that. So generally, what will happen is when you call and you want a quote on your getting your remodel done, your bathroom, we'll make the appointment. You'll meet me. I'll come out. We'll take some measurements, ask you some questions. Where do you want stuff? How do you want it done? And depending on the size of your bathroom, I may or may not ask you to hold the measuring tape for me. Help me out a little bit. But yeah, I really get the scope down. And then I draw this preliminary sketch. I make sure I got everything down exactly the way you want it. But guess what? I'm not done. We give you a thoroughly written contract that's going to detail out exactly everything that you want.
There's no surprises.
Exactly, yeah. We're not going to blindside you. I take photos of your project along with my preliminary sketch. Me and my installers, some of which have almost 40 years in the business, will sit around a table. We spend a few hours going over your project, all the details, how much of XYZ are we going to need, what type of faucets, how many walls, and then we'll order it. And once the material has been shipped, we'll email you a schedule. I can't tell you how many times I hear from people that they've had remodels done before. They were left out of the loop. Their contractor didn't communicate with them. Well, not only will we communicate with you, I'll send you a schedule. You'll be able to see exactly what work is getting done on what particular day, which installer is leading the charge. We're all about accountability where we're at.
So people have their bathroom all torn apart. With some people, and they don't know when it's going to be done, the guy goes off to another job or something, you end up living like this for a little while.
Oh, yeah. That's one thing we don't do. We're not one of these guys that's going to start your job and disappear for the next 2 weeks. We're going to start, and we're going to work every day from 8 to 4 until it's done. Something like this. Now this picture you're looking at.
Is this a before?
Yes.
Before?
Just the shower area, you're looking at about 3 to 4 days to install the thing. We've been known to do it even faster than that, but I don't want to make any promises. 3 to 4 days is going to be the average. That's a full remodel. You can see that the type of flooring I like to use is what's called LVP, luxury vinyl planks, because it's slip resistant, it's non-water absorbent.
Slip resistance is important.
That's my main focus.
There's water everywhere in these places.
Yeah, and that's really what we're all about.
You're fighting water.
Exactly. We're really all about giving people the safest solution that's going to be the least amount of maintenance with an awesome warranty.
That's just beautiful.
Yeah. Now, this is just a quick sample. If you want to see more samples of our different color options, we have all sorts of granites and marbles, some sand colors. Just visit our website at urcconstruction.com. I've also got a few YouTube videos on that. You can kind of watch them, see the process, and we'll take care of you. That's what we're about.
Well, a couple things I became convinced of is first, talk to Moses Medina.
Yes.
It's free to talk, right?
Yes, sir.
Free to talk to him. Because I didn't know. You're battling the water. There's so many places for water to seep in. These acrylic bathroom showers enclosures, you're not going to absorb water.
No.
And the flooring, too. So, and of course, it's all about what people could afford. They may have to go another way, but then in another 10 years, they're going to need to do it again.
You just brought something up that I've got you covered there as well. See, normally contractors, whenever you're doing a big project like this, they're going to ask you to give them in cash installments, deposits. Yeah. You got your 10% down. Oh, by the way, in the state of California, the legal limit that a contractor is supposed to be able to ask you is 10% down or $1,000.
These guys asking for half or all the money up front, that's illegal.
Yeah, buyer beware. Yeah, this is all stuff we disclose with you. That's how transparent we are. So typically it goes like this, the way you're supposed to do it. You got your 10% down, 50% when they buy the material of a remaining balance, and then the 50% upon completion. We can do that as well. But I've got something that helps mitigate, give people extra peace of mind and more flexibility. We offer same as cash financing. And here's how it works. All you need is a simple pre-approval. As long as you're pre-approved, you don't have to give us anything.
Nice.
We'll go ahead and buy all the material you need. We'll order it. We'll come out. We'll install it. And from the date of completion, from the date that we actually finish, you'll have 3 months to pay it back. As long as you send a check, you pay it all off before
Same as cash.
Before that due date, it'll be as if you wrote a check for the whole thing. And if you don't, let's say worst case scenario, hypothetically, something comes up. There's always accidents, car breaks down, something like that. It'll convert into a credit card at a very affordable interest rate. It's a 9.99% rate.
That's really good for a construction project, yeah.
No prepayment penalties. So what I tell people is this makes it to where now you've got some options, right? It's not like, oh man, I've got to pay $10,000 by this date or else, I'm gonna get hammered. No, you can break it up over the next few months, pay a little bit of interest in exchange for a little bit of extra time. Pay it all off if you want to. If you want to refi it, go to your credit union, get yourself a better loan. You can do that too. Pay off mine before it even ever starts. The point being that you're not paying for anything until after you've seen the results and you're happy with them.
That's nice. That's nice. Now, Moses Medina, URC Construction. There's your phone number, 800-701-0358. Is there another spot, a website or something people should be looking at?
URCconstruction.com. I've also got our YouTube channel up there. There's a few videos on there of some ongoing projects. And also our Facebook page. Like and subscribe. I'm just kidding. That's what all the YouTubers say these days. I'm trying to be hip with it.
Like it and subscribe.
That's it.
You know what? If you can't find Moses, you call us here at Central Valley Talk. I'll keep his direct phone number on my desk and the web page and stuff. Look him up. But go look at those YouTube videos. Go to the website.
Veteran owned, by the way.
Veteran owned. That's good. That's good. Last thoughts, Moses?
No, I just want to wish you all a blessed rest of the week and hope you stay comfortable.
Yeah, I give Moses my endorsement on this. He's who I'm going to call when I go first windows. I'm going to do my windows first and then start remodeling the bathroom.
That's it.
Thanks, Moses. We'll be back with more real estate and home improvement right after this.